Hi all. Everything in my video is pulled from the public domain, and I am using them under the Fair Use, Fair Dealings guidelines. Everything I say is my own opinion. You should look into this information for yourselves, but I'm pretty sure I'm right. Morning, everybody. Okay, a couple of things. First of all, I want to address the Patreon. People seem to be a little bit confused. I wish I could just link it, but as I told you guys before, I'm very technically challenged. Like I really am technically challenged, but I'm working on it. But I think I'm going to link it to my Gettr account and my Twitter account. I'll see if I can somehow get it in the description box of YouTube, okay? And then we're starting off with the trip to Hawaii. So the first video is already up. There should be one or two more about Hawaii. Then we're going to start the dieting thing. You know, you guys were asking about how I lost 50 some odd pounds. We're going to start cooking some recipes together. We'll list everything. We'll show the full recipe. Any shortcuts I take, cover it all. We're going to be covering when the house gets ready. I'm definitely going to need some decorating advice. The house I just sold, everybody seems to ask a lot about. Well, I have pictures I took when we first moved in, the pictures when the house was listed, and then the pictures at the end, 15 years later. So sad. So we have a lot to cover on Patreon, but remember, that's completely voluntary. It's $3 a month, so you're paying 75 cents a video, and that's only if I put up one video a week, and as it ramps up, it'll probably be more than that due to the dieting stuff, the recipes. Anyway, we have a lot to cover in this video. Once again, lots of stuff to be talked about, and so let's just jump in and get there, shall we? Let's go. Starting off today, as an update to the story yesterday, remember I told you that Michelle Obama was seen entering the after party for the Albee, but they were unsure about whether she actually attended the awards ceremony. As you can see above, she did, and she looked wonderful. All right, another update. You know, I said Epstein, I meant Weinstein, but I'm glad you guys are on your toes. I don't know why. I interchange those names all the time, and I don't know why. They both suck. You know, I don't think it would have been any better if Epstein had been in the picture instead of Weinstein, but there you go. She was pictured with Weinstein, and he's just as sucky as Epstein. All right, moving on. All right, quick little update here. Remember I showed you guys during the funeral the heckler that yelled out at Andrew and he was taken down by the police? He is now being charged with assault. Now, you know what? Again, Andrew has never been convicted of anything and he's not a traitor to his country. But there's a time and place for everything. And at the Queen's funeral, that was not the place to voice your thoughts about Andrew. Sorry, guy, you were totally in the wrong. All right, moving on. All right, King Charles and Queen Camilla were photographed heading to church again on Sunday. You know, I don't think it's odd, but I just want to say it was noticed and it was reported that Charles and Camilla are still living at Burke Hall, which is his house on the estate there. He has not moved into the home that his mother used to occupy. I think he's just more comfortable in his own home, or maybe he's just not ready yet. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, they were pictured going into church, coming out of church. I think it's wonderful that he's able to sit and receive God and feel replenished. And, you know, you guys know what I'm talking about. And they both look very happy, and I think things are going well for them. Good for him. All right, moving on. Let me see if I can say this right. Zara Tindall took place in the Osburton International and Young Horse Championships at the Osburton International Horse Trials on the Osburton Estate near Worksop on September 29th. I don't feel the need to cover her riding history. I think that's pretty much well known. I love the fact that she's still riding and she looks great up there. And yeah, I love it. And apparently, I love these photos just because it shows that it was raining. You know what I'm saying? Look how artistic these came out. Beautiful. All right, moving on. King Charles met Dr. Ralph Gonsalves, who is the Prime Minister from St. Vincent and the Grenadines, which is one of the 14 realm states where the king is head of state. The audience was in the library at Balmoral Castle. And of course, the doctor passed on his condolences for the late queen during his audience. Next up, the Royal Mail released a commemorative stamp collection called In Memorandum Her Majesty the Queen. There are apparently 4 different pictures on the stamps. Yeah, that would be like a collector's edition thing. All right, moving on. Alrighty, the first official photo of King and Queen Consort along the Prince and Princesses of Wales. People absolutely loved this photo. It was taken the night before the funeral at the state dinner where they were hosting all the dignitaries. I think it's a lovely photo, very nice. Yeah, people just love it. And these are now being called the Fab Four, not these 4. Yes. All right, next up, King Charles will not be attending the COP27 UN Climate Conference, which is going to be held in Egypt in November. That was reported by Buckingham Palace. There was some speculation because we all know that Charles is a passionate campaigner on environmental issues, but apparently the government is saying, please don't go. Apparently, Prime Minister Liz Truss and the other number 10 advisors told Charles he should not attend. Apparently, he plans on showing his support in other ways. And people are saying that there was no disagreement with the government about whether he should attend. It was agreed in consultation. I'm sure William will go instead. All right, moving on. All right, next up, I've shown you pictures before where Meghan Markle has dressed like Wallace Simpson, but this one just came up and I was like, what? So here's my thing. We all know she dressed like Diana, and now that she's being vilified, I think she's intentionally dressing like this woman. Yep. All right, I saw this video. I cannot find the video, but this woman claims to know Meghan Markle, and she said, oh yeah, she used to be a caddy here. She used to help out. Yeah, fabulous. She has a kid from somebody. She basically said that Meghan had a child before she met Harry. And everybody's like, right. And then this showed up. Do you guys see what I see in this photo? Anybody? All right, let's zoom in. She looks very pregnant here to me. What do you guys think of that? All right, next up, the articles are coming out still saying that Charles is keeping Harry and Meghan in the dark about titles for Archie and Lilibet. Now, we all know that they're toning down the book and they're trying to tone down Netflix. If I were Charles, I would say, we're coming to the end of the year this year, so I'll make my decision next December. So all these stories about they're going to hold off till the next year, that pretty much leaves them dead in the water. I hope that's what Charles does. All right, I want to thank Princess Sneaky for this. She wanted to know of the GQ award. Remember I told you guys that Meghan's going to fly over for this men's award, and she wanted to know if it was real, so she emailed them, and there is the reply. Tickets are £6,000 plus. Okay, they are the ones that are going to be paying for Meghan's private jet. She never flies commercial. They're going to be paying for her wardrobe. They're going to be paying for this, paying for that. And of course, she'll get an attendance fee. That's how they're raising the money. $6,000. Unbelievable. Moving on. Another quick update for you. Remember I showed you this. Meghan's trying to stop discovery of the her stuff for the lawsuit against her sister. Well, the reason she's filing all this right now and wanting to stop it is because, looks like Oprah Winfrey is going to be depositioned for the stuff that was said on the Oprah show, which is why the lawsuit even took place. She's going to have to explain why she didn't follow up questions, why she didn't double check. How did this happen? How did that happen? You know what I'm saying? I can't wait for this. I cannot wait for this. Moving on, Netflix's money problems are getting worse. They have now canceled 15 shows, including 2 shows that were quietly canceled and one that was canceled before it even aired. And yet, they're supposedly still going to pay millions upon millions upon millions to Harry and Meghan, who have yet to produce spit in the last 2 years. I don't understand why they have not just cut their losses and ran. I don't get it. Moving on. All right, next up, it's being reported that Meghan doesn't know or doesn't care about the damage that she's causing the royals. Here's my thing. She knows, but but she doesn't care. She's not playing the long game, but the royal family is playing the long game, and she's going to lose. I mean, she expected to go into the royal family, take over the royal family, monetize the royal family, change the royal family. That doesn't happen. All right, here we go. Fresh allegations that Meghan regularly tore her staff to shreds are worlds away from her simpering, self-congratulatory speeches about female empowerment. She, as this article points out, she likes to see herself as a girl boss feminist. But people are seeing that it's ironic because she's always talking about building women up. But come to find out, she's not building women up. She was so bad, her staff labeled her a narcissistic sociopath. One of the stories that came out was a young staffer who put together a plan and Meghan didn't like it. And when the woman told Meghan it would be difficult to come up with an alternative plan, Meghan said, and I'm quoting, "Don't worry, if there was literally anyone else I could ask to do this, I would be asking them instead of you." That was the staffer that William had to go and console. And when she was told she was doing a good job, she started crying. So these allegations go exactly against the image that Meghan Markle is trying to portray herself. All the staff from the bottom to the top has said it was working for teenagers. They were impossible. They were constantly battling not just Meghan, but Harry also. Harry was acting like an entitled ass, apparently, for a long amount of the time. And, they're saying that confidence comes in knowing a woman by your side, not behind you, is something you shouldn't be threatened by. And this is all about working together. And she talks a good talk, but she don't walk the walk. And she has a track record of hypocrisy on climate change. The rules are for thee, not for me. Get it? They lost a ton of staff in the UK. The staff at Archewell is like a revolving door. I wonder if the Sussex squad is coming to the realization yet that there's a problem. All right, here we go. King Charles, it says, or it's being alleged, is going to downgrade Beatrice and Eugenie's titles after what the Danish Queen did. Now, on Wednesday, Queen Marguerite, the Danish head of state, said that she was stripping 4 of her grandchildren of their HRH stylings and titles. Now, while they may hold HRH styles and the titles of princess, the 2 of them never joined the royal family as working members. They've carved out their own private careers and paths independently from the palace. And so as part of the slimmed down monarchy that they've been talking about, that Charles has been talking about for years, they're saying that they might just go ahead and strip those titles. Now, there's a lot of speculation on what Charles is going to do, but it's really swirling now after Queen Marguerite did that. So she stripped 4 of her grandchildren of their titles, 3 sons and a daughter of the Queen's younger son, who on Thursday said in an interview, "It's never fun to see your children being harmed. They're in a situation they don't understand." The ex-wife said that she was shocked at the decision, and now there's a big wedge in the family. But the reason that the Queen said she did that, saying it's a consideration she's had for a long time, it's good for them in the future, they can carve out their own lives, they still maintain their position in order of succession. That hasn't changed. But, they're not the first family to do this. In 1987, Spain limited the HRH and titles to children of the sovereign. And in 2015, King Philippe of Belgium did it with a decree that will only have children of the sovereign and children of the heir. Other people are doing it too. This isn't like a new thing. All right, so I'm just going to finish up with a little video. Finn, wherever my husband goes, Finn goes. That's just all there is to. He's attached to me, but he's more attached to my husband. Probably because my husband was the one taking him to bed, to sleep with us when he was a little tiny puppy. You guys remember all that. Anyway, I went in and there was Finn, and I took a little video and I'm whispering because I didn't want to wake up my husband. So watch this. All right, you guys. So don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Don't forget to leave those comments below. Don't forget you can follow me on Twitter, Gettr, Rumble. You can email me. Don't forget you can sign up for my Patreon. I'm going to try to put a link in the box. If not, I will put a link on my Twitter and a link on my Gettr that comes directly from Patreon. You guys know how technically challenged I am. Okay, sorry, I'm doing my best. If you're not interested in Hawaii, wait a few weeks to sign up, and that way we'll start with the recipes. Okay. All right. Don't forget to leave those comments below. For those of you who have donated to my coffee fund and through the thanks button, thank you so much. And as always, you guys, have a great day.